All right, what is up, boys and girls? We're back. So look, listen. I want to just do a shout out to you guys for showing so much support in the past like week and a half, 2 weeks. I mean, look at it. You guys are going crazy. I appreciate all of you. We just hit 15K Sunday. We're already at 16K. So shout out to everybody who subscribed. All of you guys who have notifications on, big shout out to you guys. Hey man, I appreciate everybody. We're trying to hit 200K subs by the end of September. If you're new here, subscribe, turn on notifications to know when I'm posting, hit that like button if you enjoy the video, and let's get straight into the video. Today's video is drum bounce. You guys have been asking for it. I put up the little poll on YouTube. Make sure you turn notifications on so you know when the polls come in for video ideas. I have a poll of like video ideas, the most suggested video ideas, and then you guys can vote on them, and I'll do that as the next one. Whichever one receives the most votes, blah 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 blah, I'll do that next. So
let's get into what we really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
We're gonna get straight into this video. This video is gonna be on drum bounce. So one thing you need to keep in mind, everybody's drum bounce in their head is different. All right, so what made like bounce hard for me won't bounce as hard for you. It's all subjective really, but like I feel like there are some bounces that are pretty universal. Like you can feel the bounce, most people can feel the bounce, but it's really about you. So keep that in your head when you're doing drums and stuff. Keep that in your head that it's like what you feel is right. So you don't have to go by any standards, none of that. So I'm gonna do a few different genres so I can show you guys different types of drum bounces. So the first thing, all right, the first thing to keep in mind is the melody has a bounce of its own, right? So you can either follow the bounce of the melody, you can have some contrast of the bounce of the melody, or you can have where you basically complement it, where you're not really following it, but you're help like leading into like the bounce of the melody. So this is the first loop we're gonna work on. I'm gonna put all the loop kits in the description. This one is from In the Fog sample pack with Icy and Valentine. So shout out to them, both dope producers. Link will be in the description. But yeah, let's get to it. So don't mind what drums I choose. I'm about to just choose random ones because the sound doesn't really matter for this. We got the drums. Anything that sounded cool or that I thought I might use got thrown in here. So let's get straight into it. What I start off with is the clap. After that, I go to hi-hats usually. I might do this where I where I put one kick, or actually two, at like the beginning of 4 bars. So every 4 bars, I'll put a kick, just so I can have a feel. So sometimes I'll put like the little snare, which I'm probably gonna do now. Okay, so hold up. Let's pay attention to the bounce of the melody real quick, so that way you guys can understand why I'm putting things where I'm putting things.
People think like I'm retarded.
I agree with that.
I'm not.
I look dumb. Anyways, we're gonna put the rest of the snares in. And then I would put some over here, but I'm gonna fill that in with either some perks or another snare real quick. I actually like this. Hold up. So this snare right after the kick, this kind of like just, I don't know, it's like a quick little bounce that just kind of, it's set in stone. And a big thing about bounce is repetition. So you want to have the right amount of repetition. How do I get the right amount of repetition? You gotta practice. You gotta train your ear. It's like training your ear to hear things in key. You gotta know how much repetition, how simple things need to be. And then I might have like, I'm gonna throw a perk in so I can have just a little more flair. And this perk just complements the snares. The snares are complementing the claps. And then I like this, but I don't like the little click in the beginning. So I'm gonna move this sample start thing like 1%. For fast beats like this, as I do fill each 2 steps, so 2-step hi-hat pattern. So you could honestly just have it as 2-step and it's cool, but like, we're not doing that. We're better than that. No, I'm playing. I'm not hating. Then I'm gonna shift it a little bit just to have it a little bit off time, just a little bit. I'm not really gonna know what I'm doing yet, so I'm gonna just do the hi-hats and then explain after like what I did and why. Let's just get into it. Ooh, oh, I don't. Okay. All right. Okay, I like this one. And then you can change the notes of like a few hi-hats in the normal 2-step pattern to like give it a different bounce. And then you can also have pauses. Like you don't have to have like continuous hi-hats going throughout the whole thing. It's really just like what you want. Changing the velocity of your hi-hats helps a lot so it doesn't sound so boring. This is the hi-hat pattern. All right, so it's simple. It has repetition, as you can see. These notes, these notes, these notes, these rolls, all of these repetition. Let's kind of explain some of the rolls and stuff so that way you can get a little bit of a better grasp, and then we'll move on. So this roll right here, this very first roll, I feel like this leads into the clap, which is like a kind of universal thing. It doesn't have to be this kind of roll. It doesn't have to be right here. It could start over here and just roll all the way through. It could be a shorter roll. It could be anything, but it just leads into the clap. You know what I'm saying? So, and then this is the same thing. This slides into the next pattern, or the next half of the bar, or next half of the. Bro,
People think like I'm retarded.
I agree with that.
all right, look, it slides into the next, the second half of the 8-bar. For the kick pattern, let's do the kick pattern now. Okay, so you can lower the velocity of a kick that's set right before another kick, or you can lower the note, or both. We have the initial kick. This kick leads into the next one, right? So this one kind of it doesn't change the bounce, but it adds a variety, right? So it's still leading into this kick, but there's a snare right here, right? So the snare is doing this kick's job. You don't always have to have like specific things doing specific things jobs. Like there's no limit, there's no rules. This is a sample from my boy 25. He's a dope producer. I'll put his Twitter on the screen, and then I'll put the link to his Twitter and stuff in the description. Go follow him, show some love. This is the sample. So super different vibe. This one's super chill, relaxed, just beautiful. All right, so what I would do if I'm struggling, just have super slow hi-hats hitting. The purpose of these slow notes is so that way you can really like think about where you want rolls and where you want some perks, stuff like that. So this tempo is gonna be a little different because I can already hear what I want in my head. I'm gonna lower this note like I did in the other ones. I don't always do that, but we have a third hi-hat. I think what else? This joint is just smooth. I like this, it's simple and it sounds good. So the open hi-hat really is like the roll here. It just is like the roll right here. You can see in the ghost notes. It really just complements the snare. Like it slides into the snare. You could have it in a different spot. Let's use an example. And it just kind of like the roll here. What it's doing is after the clap, it's kind of, or the snare, it's like transitioning you out of it. So hopefully you guys hear what I'm talking about. Just the bounce that it has, because everything's working together. And then you can have a hi-hat. Keeping it mad simple, trying to move on in this video because I'm already taking up a decent amount of time. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button. It really helps. And hit that subscribe button, turn on notification. I appreciate all the support that you guys have given me. For real, I'm humbled. I'm just happy that you guys enjoy the content that I'm putting out. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for everything. 200K by September. Let's get it.